Hello, this is Dee Ellis Phelps coming to you from my studio in Bulverde, Texas. And the reason I look like this is because I wear trifocals, and when I look at the camera straight, everything's blurry. I can see that I'm in there. I can see my hands making movements, but I feel like I can't see you. So I look funny when I do that. I'm sorry. I just thought I would just show you my workspace and introduce you to me, to myself, the real me, the way I look when I'm not posed for a portrait. This is it on a studio day. And I've just been playing around with my grandson, who has just turned 7. We've been doing art play together, and I thought I would show you a little bit of my process and just a tiny little bit of what work I'm doing today. I started it with him on the phone, and now I am going to continue it on video with you. I wouldn't necessarily call this a prayer art card because I've really been engaged in parallel play with my grandson via FaceTime. But on most occasions when I'm going to work, I will light some candles, maybe burn some incense, do a sort of opening studio prayer, and bring spirit into my work, asking for guidance as I work. Today I'm just messing around, so I thought I would just play around a little bit and let you watch. So I'm going to turn this camera down, and you'll still be able to hear me talking, but perhaps you'll be able to see what I'm doing a little bit. You'll see Harry Potter here because I'm reading that to a child that I'm working with, and we're having a lot of fun with that. This is the work I have in progress. I think it looks good in lots of different orientations. So I have no idea which will be up when I'm finished, but right now I'm working with this as this side is up, the top. So I've used a stencil. I have these cool little circular quilting square creatures, and they come in different sizes, and I used those to create the little lines you see within which I am painting. This is not my ordinary way of working. This is kind of new for me today, and I just think it's a lot of fun. So I'm playing with thin washes. And I have this kind of paint. This is what I use primarily. It's Createx airbrush colors. That is what most of my paintings are done with, because I can get such transparent look with them. So that's called, I don't know, something midnight blue. And then I have this lovely fluorescent yellow that I use, and those are the two colors I have on my palette right now. Just a tiniest little bit of water, a little bit of I have the paper towel over here to blot with, and I have tiny brush, round brush, needs replacing. Anyway, I just thought you might be interested in watching for just a minute. I don't ordinarily work in such a pedantic way. Usually I'm all over the place, and I don't usually have a design or an idea in mind at all when I start to work. And I did not really have an idea today, but the stencils called to me, so I decided to mess around with them a little bit, and so far I really like what's happening. I really like blending on my surface and working wet and wet. This is paper, by the way, Bristol board, that I'm using as a support today. So that's the new one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a wash on this because that's one of the next steps I would normally take after I let everything dry. Or if I want to mess around with it, I might do it before I let everything dry. So I put a little bit of water in my brush, load my brush with a little bit of water. I might need a little bit more paint. And so I'm going to make a little wash here on my palette. Never mind, can't get that open. This one's almost empty, so thank goodness I have another one. Let's see if I can get any more out of this one. You can tell this was not this is not a professional, slick, artist thing here. This is just me doing my thing. So, there's a little bit of yellow in my brush. I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you do the wash over the top. So my light just faded because I have a solar light. But there is the wash. I'm going to do an orange wash or a green wash because my yellow is kaput. So now I have a better amount of paint. So I'm going to do a green wash right now over the whole thing. Put a little bit of water on this end and a little bit of blue mixed in with my green. Now if I get streaks like that that I don't love, I use this mop brush and it's dry, and then I just I dry brush the whole thing, and that also leaves some really lovely visual texture. So that's what it looks like with a wash on it, and that really changes it. And as you can see, the mark that I had made before we started, the spiral in the middle, the yellow, is still very, very visible, though it is hidden under several layers of visual texture. So that is an untitled work in progress, and just for fun. And this is Dee Ellis Phelps coming to you from my studio in Bulverde, Texas. Playing around with my camera and my new remote, which is pretty awesome. And if you're interested in what I'm doing here and you'd like to see more, please follow me on Facebook and on this page, and visit my blog, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Ah, that didn't work. Wait, I'm pushing the wrong one.